Okay, so in this video today I want to go through installing the Arduino software and configuring it to work with the RadioLab. So I'll push myself up into the corner here, or maybe the middle. So basically go to radiobuilder.org and there's a section on documentation. This has moved from where it was. So I'm just putting together a wiki here that will have all information and videos and everything that we need. So hopefully this video will be in here soon. So in this we have downloaded the schematic or the assembly instructions. Let's change the color. I don't like that. Anyway, so we get the assembly instructions, and we go down to the software section. So this is assuming that you have built all the hardware and you've connected it up as per these instructions here. And that is, we want to get the display working, encoder and clocks. So the Arduino software, I'm on Linux, so I'll go into this. So depending on your platform, I'm using an app image on Linux, but you can do Windows or Mac as well. I haven't used anything on Linux for about 10 years, so I'm really not in a position to. I'm assuming this is very straightforward for Mac and Windows as well. So download the software, and then there's instructions here on how to add it in here. The couple things are really important. So go into this link here, or sorry, before I go into that, let's start up the Arduino. Now I'm on Linux Ubuntu version 20.04. If you're on a later version of Ubuntu, you can just right click and you can say run as application. On this version, you have to go in and run the app from the command line. I doubt you'll have to do that on Windows or the Mac. But anyway, you get the same result. So if we go to select a board here, before we select a board, we have to tell Arduino that we have an ESP32 board. So the real key to this is, if I can, where is this at all? There's file preferences, yeah. So we need to copy and paste this. So under file preferences, so additional board managers. So we put that in there and just click OK. Once you've that done, so the board is when we say select board, so we select another board, so do it. So this is the board here, and on my system it's this USB is 0. It could be, I'm not sure on a Mac. I never use it on the Windows. It'll be some kind of COM port. If you're make sure your USB is plugged into the Arduino USB port. Just to make it perfectly clear, into this guy here. If not, it won't show. This won't show up. So you select the board, select the serial port, and do OK. So we'll just continue to follow the instructions here. So the board's set up, this and this. So Arduino libraries. So the library section is here. So you can just search for it. So we'll do the AI ESP32 rotary. and it's down here. So you simply install that. Now, when I developed the software, it was a 1.4, it's a 1.6 now. I'm going to go with the latest. If anything goes wrong, I can just go back and select an earlier version, but I'm going to stick with the latest stuff. So you just install that. Installs really quickly. Then we want to do it for the clock generator, the SI5351. SI5351. Don't go with this guy. Go with this guy here. That's installed. This library is not needed yet, but it's really useful for using any of these chips. And then we want a TFT. So TFT underscore E. SPI. So that's this guy here. And again, same, but this hasn't been upgraded. So that is our library set up almost. So there's one thing that's really important. There's a lot of, in the TFT display, there's a lot of settings that need to be done. So rather than go in and change loads of things in the file, I've created, these are the settings that are needed for the particular display that's on the RadioLab. So we need to go into the Arduino libraries, and specifically this one. So there's the paths for the Mac OS and Windows. So I'll show you where it is in Linux. So we have home Arduino libraries, and there's a three libraries we've just installed. And in this guy, there's a file called user setup.h. So just go into that, and basically just remove everything from it and paste in the settings for this display. It should make it reasonably straightforward. So now you're set up, and then we just need to grab the code for the actual super headline radio. You can go in, if you're used to Git, you can do git clone, but probably the easiest way is just download the zip. So we get this. Actually, I'd already downloaded it, so I'll replace it. So then we open this with Archive Manager. So Windows, I think if you double click on it, it'll automatically decompress a zip file. Just the important thing is where do you extract it to? So it's into the same Arduino folder, and just to extract. Show the files. I'm going to it shouldn't matter, but I'm going to just rename, just take the main off. So you just left with Super Headline Radio. I don't think it makes a lot of difference. So then we go into our sketch, or sorry, into Arduino, and we say open the Super Headline Radio, and it's an INO file. It's opening this in a different window, so I'm going to close this guy down. So that seems to be set up fine on the right port, and we do a build. So I'm not going to go through the software of how it works in this video, but I will do that at a later stage. So it's writing it into the ESP32, and assuming everything goes well, you will have a screen that will come up that looks like this. This is slightly out of date. It'll have this plus IF, excuse me, and the IF will be, what does it come up as? 4.914075. That's the IF frequency. So what that will do is it'll put the IF frequency out here, so you can, if you have an oscilloscope, you can have a look at it, or frequency counter, and then this one will be 7 megahertz plus that. So 11 point, what is it? I can't remember. 11.914075. And then if you change the encoder knob, you should see oscillator 1 vary. You can switch then by pressing the encoder. It will go to oscillator 2, press it again and go to oscillator 3, and then back to 1. So you can vary the IF and the VFO frequency. So then, assuming you've connected up the hardware like this, you're connected to a decent antenna, you should be good to go. The radio basically should just work. So I hope that helps, and any questions on it, just ask. Thanks, folks.